Hi, Sydney. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer here. I
Hello.
was wondering if you, good to see you. It's been a little while.
Indeed.
I was hoping that you could give an update on where Lucy Olson stands in the pecking order and what you've seen from her and whether you think she's going to make it. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I think with two preseason games, you've seen what we've seen, which is really confident player, high IQ. What you haven't seen is behind the scenes, like her work ethic is ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Slim sets the bar as far as I'm concerned in a lot of areas. And Lucy's putting as much load on her body as a Slim would, just in terms of just trying to prepare and get herself right. And she's super open to coaching, and getting feedback. We're not making any roster decisions right now, or we're not pressed to do any of that. So not necessarily tip my hand, but thrilled to have her in camp as I am with the two sitting on my shoulders and the rest of our athletes in the gym right now.
And how's it been for you personally embarking at this level of professional head coaching for the first time?
I mean, I'm having the time of my life. I really enjoyed my season in the W last year in Chicago, and just really fulfilled. I mean, they're the best in the world. I mean, they're the absolute best players in the world. And they've been open and receptive to our coaching staff, to each other, trying to take on the challenge that we have ahead of us. So I mean, just come to the gym, like just so grateful, so thankful, and understanding that these opportunities aren't afforded to everyone. So just feeling blessed and thankful.
Thanks, Sydney.
All right, thanks. Next up, Steven. Steven, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, my mic was off. Hey, y'all, Stephen Prejean Gardner from PHNX Sports. I got a quick question for Coach Johnson as well as for Brittney. So, for Coach Johnson first, looking at the defensive end, it feels like a lot of the years past, it's been value for defensive anchors, but it feels like a lot of that value has been kind of more balanced with having point of attack defenders, and you have one of the best in Sykes. Can you speak to the values that provides you in terms of scheming, but also sustaining defense where you have someone so reliable at the point of attack?
Yeah, that's a great call out. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they're just really, really good players in our league. I mean, it's just ridiculous how good the talent is in our league, and they're from all spots on the floor. And so with Slim having somebody who can, make that other person work on the other end, to work for hers, to struggle, to exert more effort, it's a luxury, if you will, in terms of being able to rely on that. And also, that's like just in game minutes, performance wise, but also, um, and Slim knows how I feel about her is also just like being able to set the standard, which does not mean perfection. It just means like how hard she goes, how hard she tries. So whether it's in the game setting and being able to try to take on some of those challenging opposing players, but also just in practice trying to help our younger players or lesser established players know that this is a standard. That's what Slim brings to the team, and certainly gives me confidence in terms of what we're trying to do moving forward.
And for Brittany, can you just kind of speak to the skills that are needed to be successful at the point of attack and the ways in which you are? Because it's a defensive role that you're just never going to be perfect with, and you
hmm
have to kind of live with that on the mental side, but also have the skills to sustain. So can you just kind of give a peek behind the curtain to the
hmm
training that goes into that?
Um, I mean, outside of just like it's a want, I feel in my opinion. Like, yes, we say skill set. I think, I thank God every day that He gave me the ability that I have, especially laterally. It helps when it comes to being a defensive juggernaut, but at the same time, it's like Coach was saying, I'm just trying to set the tone. I'm not trying to be perfect. Well, I am, but you can't be, right? But to aim for that, whatever falls below is pretty damn good, for us. And just to set that tone and know that my team It's not only dependent on me, but we all look to each other to push each other. So I'm just trying to push the next person, get the next person to come up with me. I'm not the only person on this team anymore who can be a defensive stopper, especially in the point of attacking off ball. So that's pretty dope to have now.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, thanks. Next up, Jen. Jen, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. I got one for Kiki and one for Slim. Kiki, starting with you, kind of picking up on this discussion about Slim being a leader. What's kind of an example of something, behind the scenes that maybe we don't see of Slim's leadership, how it's helped you out, as a rookie so far?
Yeah, Slim and we knew each other a little bit before I even got here. So I think coming in, I was, a little bit settled because I was like, there's someone that I kind of know. And then since I've been here, she's just always been talking to me, and not just myself, but everybody else. But despite us being different positions, she's always in my ear about how I can do things defensively, offensively, telling me to call for the ball more, telling me telling me to slow down, be patient. So she's just always in my ear. And I really do appreciate that as someone who is trying to excel herself, but she's, very willing and stuff as well. They're both very willing to take the time and coach me up and teach me things as they're in their pursuit of greatness as well. So I really appreciate that.
Hit that ball.
Slim, for you, I know you've talked over the years about kind of growing as a leader, and you talked to Media Day about it too. Playing 3-on-3 this winter, whether it was with Sydney and Team USA or in Unrivaled, do you feel like you got to kind of like test out more things when it comes to leadership, or work on that during the off season as well?
It was actually the opposite. For me, I got to be in the back, not the background, I wouldn't call it the background, but it's like I got to be in the passenger seat behind Chelsea Gray. And I believe that like everything happens for a reason, right? So I get 3-on-3. I'm with Sid. Makes it known on day one, like I'm leaning on you, right? So that was kind of like my first little gist of being a captain. And then I go from that experience to basically like on the bench. Then I start. Now I'm playing with Chelsea Gray, and she's, the head of our team. And I got to learn. And I felt like me being in the background and just learning from Chelsea and seeing how she led us in 3-on-3, it really, really helped me translate to coming back to 5-on-5 and being a leader for my team. Certain things that she would do in the heat of moments. Now I understand why it's so imperative to have your point guard be poised and how you have your leader be poised in times of trouble, because every time I looked at her, I never fret. I never worried that we were in trouble. Even if we were down 13, like just never worried. So I just took that from her and really learned how to be a better leader through her.
Awesome. Thank you both.
All right, thanks. Next up, Nithin. Go ahead, Nithin.
Good afternoon, guys. This is a question for all of you, and obviously we're embarking to a new season. Can you all describe what excites you about this group and the upcoming season this year?
I can go first. For me, everything is new. So I don't really know what to expect, but it's just been fun having to compete. And there's some great post players ahead of me, and having to compete against them every single day, I think is just making me better. But I've just been really excited to just soak in everything from my vets and, the people on my team, and kind of the games that we're playing, seeing what some of the people in the league that I've looked up to see, like how they're reading the game. But I feel like the biggest thing for me is just I've realized how smart, like the people that are successful are very smart. They have a high basketball IQ. And at this level, you can't really rely on your athleticism. You have to be really smart. So I think for me, it's, really watching film, really studying the game, and not just, relying on my speed and my quickness. But I think just everything has been exciting for me.
Um, I'm just really excited that this group is fearless. They're really poised to be as young as they are, but as new as everything is, I just think we have a really great chance to show a lot of people, that we're nothing to play with. And I think that's the exciting part for me, especially these two preseason games. Um, I think a lot of people kind of sat back and realized, like, okay, Washington's in good hands. And we believe that. We feel that. Like I always said, Jamila and JT3 and Michael Winger, they all did an amazing job of going out and getting Sid and Coach Sid doing his job and getting the coaching staff. Like all that matters. And I think that's my favorite part, just the process and seeing everything come together. And now we get to roll out?
I think for me, it's like a combination of those thoughts and approaches and wanting that to hold through the whole season. You know what I mean? That we are about our business and we're not going to be an easy out in any way, shape, or form. Also having the freshness and enthusiasm and joy of the moment and seeing each other every day. It's like I was literally just sitting before we came in here and just watching everyone and just like, this is great, man. I just get to be around these, you know what I mean? It's really important that we hold that for 44, games. Like that's really, really important for me. Um, that I walk that we walk that we share that. Because I do think this game is a gift. And as we fight for every single win and to show people who we are, I also want it to be joyful for us. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of where my head is at going into the season.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Next up, Jordan. Jordan, go ahead.
Hello, Jordan from Television Sports. Hope you all are doing well today. So my first question is for Kiki. You've been on the West Coast pretty much your entire life. So just talk about transition all the way to the East Coast.
Yeah, it's been exciting. I have, as you said, never left California. So I feel like the hardest part is just being ahead of my family and my friends. But it's helped for school because I'm ahead of time on my assignments. But I love DC. Like, I'm super grateful to be here. And I feel like just starting my career and kind of starting my real adult life in DC. I've only been here for like almost 3 weeks. We haven't had a lot of time to explore, but just hanging out with the team. We do a lot of team bonding has really helped and, making me feel settled. But as Coach Johnson said, like, we're a group that really values each other. We have joy every single day. So I'm excited to just go to work every single day. It's not even like, oh, I want an off day. I'm here on off days. So it's just an exciting group to be around. Everyone is truly very humble and like cares about each other. So it's been a great transition for me, and I'm glad I'm in DC.
Nice. And just a quick follow-up of mine, if I may, for both players, what are your go-to styles on game days?
Go-to style?
I want to hear that. I want to hear that.
You can go first, Slim.
Oh, mine is quick. I mean, more time, I think the more I get up there in years, the more I go for comfort and cozy. Comfort and cozy, like stylish, but I'm not really for the jeans and getting dressed up, especially if I'm going home after the game. What are we doing? Like just throw some sweats on, keep it pushing.
So we are opposites. I'm on the other end of the spectrum.
Like you're also starting. This is year one.
Yeah, this is year one, exactly. But I love to dress up. I'll dress up to go to Target. Like I'm always gonna dress up. So I'll mix it in, but again, keeping the main thing, which is the game, but having a little style on the side as well.
Thank you. Good luck this season.
All right, Blake, you're up. Blake.
Hey, I have two questions. This is Blake Spadaro from Blake's Take and W Swish. This is for Brittney and Coach. What do you think are some key factors in creating a positive team culture, and what do you guys plan? What does y'all guys plan to contribute to that?
I'll say one big thing, I think, what he said to contribute to
A positive
a positive culture, yeah.
team culture.
Team culture. I think one thing that Coach Johnson does amazing, except your flowers.
Yeah.
Coach Johnson is tremendously great at holding himself accountable. And I believe that when, let's just say, for lack of a better expression, the head of the snake, right? When the head of the snake is holding themselves accountable, it trickles down to everybody else. And I think that that is a big thing in our culture and how we're going to be successful and how we've created this like joy, because we know if I look to the left or to the right of me, somebody's going to take accountability for their actions, and we're going to hold each other accountable to like make sure that we don't even stumble across having to hold each other accountable in that sense. So I think that's one of the biggest factors, is being able to look at Coach and look at all our coaches, but know that the head of our culture, he's holding himself to a standard, which makes us realize like, okay, we have to do the same. If he could do it, we could do it. He's not even playing on the court, kind of thing.
And a follow-up question for Kiki. How do you think you'll adapt to the pace and physicality of the WNBA, and what do you think will be the biggest adjustment for you?
Yeah, I've loved it. I love the physicality, the speed. That's not something that I'm super worried about. And I know the more that we play, the more reps that I get, I'll be more comfortable. For me, I think it's just slowing the game down, letting the game come to me. And that's why I say it's great that I have the vets in front of me to just watch them and kind of see how they're processing the game. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, remaining patient and, not forcing anything.
Thank
All
you.
right. Our last question will go to Jim. Go ahead, Jim.
My question is for Kiki. Kiki, we all know basketball is a team sport, but obviously this is your rookie year and you probably have some individual goals that you want to set as well. Last year we had an epic battle with Angel and Caitlin and Cameron trying to outdo each other. Do you see that sort of healthy competition now this year between yourself and Haley, Sonia, Paige, all trying to outdo each other to get that coveted rookie of the year?
Well, the season hasn't even started. That's not even in my mind is how can I stay on the floor as long as possible and help my team out? So that's the biggest thing that I'm just focusing on. How can I learn? Like truly, I'm just trying to be a sponge in all of this. And I know by having that mindset, I'll be able to be successful. But even in terms of individual awards, we don't get that if the team doesn't do well. So I feel like the team is number one and then everything else will follow. So that is my focus. And that's pretty much our whole team's focus right now.
Boom.
Well said.
All right. Coach, Brittney, Kiki, thank you so much for your time. Ketsia,
Hey guys, go
Ketsia,
Mystics!
thanks for making it happen.
Great show.